It's one piece.
So wait. Look at what you've got up there in your drop down. Yep.
This,
You're going to right now, tell me what you're doing right now.
oh, the 837, right? That's what we're wanting to do?
You're pulling out everything that can be batched since we batched our last one last Wednesday, creating a file to upload to OHCA.
So we're gonna export.
You're going to export information from GoHealth that we can upload into OHCA.
Okay,
Yeah, I've got one question for her.
so when we batch it, do we have to hit download as well, right?
Yes, because you have to create, you batched it, now you're going to download that file for us to upload to OHCA.
And we have to refresh it.
No, you don't anymore because they
Oh,
fixed it.
yay.
Now you can just switch to the next clinic. Yeah.
It's saved it as an update, not, oh, now, so now I've got to.
You didn't say that as an initial.
Help me.
Okay, let me ask her.
Do you ask her? Yeah.
And as soon as she does, I'll come back. See if it's accepted. I know.
Awesome and boots though. How much are those boots that you were showing yesterday? I want to put it on.
Like 35.
Emily's in and out of here now. So,
Okay.
file exchange. We're gonna upload. Right?
Mhm. Nope. Yes. Nope.
It's institutional,
Yeah,
right?
that's what this
Right.
is all about.
It's been a while.
You need to, you should, well, remember to make sure you put if it's native or non-native. It's no big deal, but just
Okay.
write that transaction ID down and which clinic it went to and the date. So now since you're in this clinic, we could go
Uh-huh.
ahead and get the, Ron, did you want us to go ahead and get the 8.5 while we're in here?
They can, that's fine.
So now remember, we uploaded, did this last week. And so now we want to go see last week's response file and get that we can upload into GoHealth.
So we need to download it.
Correct.
Sorry. So download new files.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. And it's going to be remittance advice. And just hit search.
Oh, it's gonna be on there today from,
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yay, there it is. So now just leave that alone and let's log out and go to the other clinic and upload the new batch from today. And we'll upload this in GoHealth in just a minute. This is what we were having trouble with yesterday when we were trying to log in here. I thought it was Ichoda,
Money sign.
what was that? What is it that you're putting in there for the password?
Echoda 102 double money sign.
Okay, I think Emily and Jessica, I think they're putting all of your payments in one file. So the one that we download in the native site is going to have all of those.
Is it gonna separate once it goes into Go Health?
Yes, it should. Yeah, it will match up to the
Because
claim
that's the
ID.
issue we ran into with Cario.
Mhm. So it wouldn't post correctly with Cario, is
It
that right?
wouldn't- It would post, it would put everybody as native, which throws off our bill back
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
we have to pay a percentage back of non-natives.
Right. Yeah, we'll check that whenever we're looking at the claims. So we'll just double verify that, everything gets allocated to the right place.
So Ron, did you want to talk a little bit before we go upload those into Go Health about eligibility, and we could just see if we want to get
Mhm.
that file uploaded or whatever?
Yeah, so when we were looking at the 835 from last week, we noticed that there were some denials due to the clients not having Medicaid coverage. And so when we looked at your eligibility downloads, we noticed that it doesn't look like anyone's been doing those. So we just want to cover that again to make sure that you guys are, know how to do the process. And we really need to get that eligibility check turned on so that the system looks at whether or not your clients actually have Medicaid, active Medicaid or not, so that you guys aren't getting denials.
Okay.
So have you guys, number one, I think we talked about this before, but have you determined who's going to do that process each week and how often you want to do the eligibility files?
Once a week, Emily says she can do it. We've just had a lot of changes recently. She's been pulled 1,500 places.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, the reason that this is important is kind of two factors. Having the eligibility checking in place is going to prevent your denials. So the system's basically going to know from the information that's pulled back from OHCA if that client has a good Medicaid number. And so that's why, it's important for that reason. And so, to prevent denials really is kind of the main reason. And when this is in place, once we turn these guarantors on, as far as, yes, I want the system to be checking for eligibility, then it's going to mean that it will stop your staff from being able to see codes if the client doesn't have eligibility on file. So I don't want to do this prematurely if you guys aren't ready for it, as far as
I
turning
think we're
those
ready.
guarantors on. What was that?
Chelsea will be the one that can run the insurance eligibility because she also,
Help sign them up.
She helps
Yeah,
sign people
so-
up for insurance, so we just think it may be a little bit more beneficial if she does it, so then she's able to see, okay, well, this person doesn't have insurance, I need to call them and get them scheduled to try to get them reapplied.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and run through that process then.
Yeah.
So this would be over in Go Health.
okay,
And it's just like we did before. You're going to export from Go Health, and this is going to be the 270 file.
move this thing.
I think you can move it down. There's like a arrow.
Hide the floating something, and it'll go away.
So what do I do now in Go Health?
You'll go to File Management, and you'll do the Export 270. Yeah, you were there.
Nope. Yeah,
There you go. And then you'll do, is this the one where they can do all,
Yes.
oh, they still have to do each location. Okay.
I thought they could just do one clinic and it's all combined. Pretty sure.
Oh, okay. If they just do the Tahlequah Clinic, it'll catch everything.
I'll confirm that, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, let's just be on the safe side. So let's do both clinics so that we don't miss anyone. So Emily, do you guys feel like you're at a point to where you're ready for, you're ready to turn on basically that check eligibility feature?
Yes.
Okay.
So
All right. So
you-
we'll do that after you get this file uploaded back into Go Health, which we would need to do that tomorrow because that's when it would be ready.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So what day of the month is it? All right. So since it's Wednesday, it's so close to the month, and this is the very important thing about eligibility. if you're within, say, 4 to 5 days of the end of the month, OHCA will not allow you to cross over into the next month. Okay, so we'll have to start this one as of today, and you can actually go backwards. So probably what we need to do is go backwards, probably until, I think the last one that you guys uploaded was in August. So let's go back to like August 15th. And then go forward through 9/30. Now, once you get into next month, you know, you can go forward, but it's just when you get close to the end of the month, they don't allow that. I'm not sure why, but they just don't. So this is the same process. You'll batch it and then you'll download it. And then you'll run the next clinic. Okay. All right, now we'll go into OHCA and
We need to put them both on, or put them on whichever one it goes to.
let's just do it to be on the safe side and we'll just double check on that.
We need to make a sheet to put these on.
You're supposed to go like, oh, walk or something. It's like, go walk, so they want you to-
So that one document that we gave you guys about just kind of like the process for all the billing resource thing that we sent you. Make
Yes.
sure that you're like all these stuff that we're talking through, there's like a column in there that you can say, this is who's going to be doing this. And this is the frequency of how often they're going to be doing it. So all this stuff that we're going to be talking about over the next, couple of weeks, now that we've got the 835 and 837s working correctly, just make sure you have printed a copy of that and you guys are referencing it, because that's what we're going to be looking at too, to make sure we've trained you on this and that you guys are actually doing all these processes on a regular basis. Okay.
Okay. So I can log out and go to the other one now.
Mhm.
I used my keyboard yesterday. Okay. Now what do you need us to do?
Okay, so we've got those two done. So do we want to go ahead and set a call tomorrow just to run through that while we're thinking about it?
Yeah, can we do it like 10?
Sure. I'll send an invite right now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. So now we can go over to Go Health and we'll upload your 835s.
Okay.
Okay, So just choose that file.
Is this the right one?
Let's see here. No, that was the,
837.
mhm.
So 837 is billing, 270 is the insurance.
The eligibility.
Yeah.
And then the,
835 is-
I'm wondering why I'm not seeing, go to downloads. Are you in downloads?
Mhm.
Huh, I don't know why we're not seeing the,
Because we download that, oh, that's what we downloaded, like the remittance advice. is 837.
right. I don't know why we're not seeing it there. 1 second, I'm looking on my computer to see what that file extension looks like.
What is it you're looking for? I was doing an invite on my calendar. I didn't see what you guys were doing. What was the issue?
Well, I'm not seeing the 835s that we downloaded. They should say like .rsp at the end.
Oh,
Like it'll say OUT dot, it'll have some numbers, and then it'll say 835 and then some more numbers and then .rsp at the end.
I think that it was they looked like they were zipped files too a while ago when I saw them, because I did see it.
Mhm.
They were in like a folder. Can you hit the like date modified over yeah, just see if something, and then do it again. Huh, weird. I guess just go get them again.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is this it right here?
Yes. There we go. So let's double click on those to unzip them, or it, I should say. Okay, all right, so that is your 835. So we'll go back over to GoHealth and upload that one.
Where is it?
I don't know. Is it going to that Z drive, that Jessica Wood drive?
It may be.
Hmm.
Would that be it?
Uh-huh, that's the one. All right, so that is uploaded. Okay, so at this point, so do you guys have any questions about basically the 837, 835 process as far as getting those uploaded and downloaded in and out of OHCA?
No. So
pretty
we need
straightforward.
to, weekly, we'll do the 837, right, on Wednesday mornings.
Yes, you'll always do the 837 upload and you'll do the 835 download. And what the upload is your claim files for that week. And the 835 is the payment file from the previous week. And
Okay.
what we're going to verify is basically if your non-native stuff because we're not seeing an 835 for the non-native, if that's getting done correctly within the file. I know that you guys mentioned that Amy has some questions. So the part that we're going to get into is going to be like covering how to work denials. Should we cover her piece first so that she's not sitting through all of this, or?
Yeah, we can, that's fine.
Okay.
Glenn was supposed to be with her, the one that you guys spoke to yesterday. Because he was mainly the ones with the questions, and it was just regarding the reports and grants and stuff. But he hasn't really had time to look over everything to be able to come up with some questions for you guys. So I don't think she actually has anything yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. So at this point, you've downloaded your 835. So now you're ready to look at your denials. So let's go to use your home button, and let's go back to tools and reports. And now you're going to go to a report called individual claim management.
Where do I find that?
Just type individual right there. And it's right there. There you go. Okay. So you want your start date to start back as far as you have claims. So let's go back to 7/1 when you guys first started on the system. And your
Okay.
end date can be last Wednesday because that's, the date that it would be through. Your warrant date. So you're going to want to select whichever warrant that you want to work. So let's just look at 9/29. Okay. And you can do one clinic specifically, or you can look at all of them. And then in this filter, the last one, I would go ahead and put uncategorized. Yeah, right there. And let's just take a look at all of the denials that might be out there. Okay, so these are any of the claims that were sent up that actually got denied by OHCA. And at this point, it really is just a process of looking at the claim. If you can look at it, so say if we're looking at a Medicaid claim, the first thing that you would want to do is try to determine what is going on with that claim. So who in your agency normally does this process?
Diane, she's talking, she has a bunch of stuff going on right now, so we can explain it to her.
Oh, okay. Well, at this point, this is where she would see the denied claims. And then from here, it's basically just comparing, going over to OHCA, opening up the claim. The first thing that I know one of our billers does is she checks eligibility, right off the bat. But, sometimes if it's not an eligibility issue, it could be something else. So at this point, it really is just opening that claim up over in OHCA to see why it denied, to see basically what needs to be done at that point. So to do that, and she's probably very familiar with this process, but to do that, you can have your tab over in OHCA open.
Mhm.
And if you'll copy this consumer ID, it's here for Aiden. And so the date of service is 7/22. So let's make sure we're in the main F site.
Is it claims?
Uh-huh. And 7/22 is your date.
It's my day.
Okay, so 4037. So let's go back over to the Go Health and let me see. So that one was 4050 and 4042. So let's go back over to your OHCA site. Okay, so the newest one, it looks like for 4050 is the 921 down at the bottom. So let's open that claim up. So can you see this patient account number here? That corresponds over in Go Health to, I believe it's your claim detail ID.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now all we want to do is just look at the adjudication errors and see why it denied. And at this point, it really is just whoever your biller is. So Diana would just start working these claims and trying to determine what needs to be done with them.
On the admission, why does it say emergency?
Oh, I'm not sure. Let's go look at your claim and see what was.
Because it's a telehealth, and I'm wondering if that's not an issue.
Could be. So if you'll go into, let's pull up, do another Go Health tab and pull up Aiden's chart. I think it's AYDEN. Oh, is that it?
No, you're right. I cannot type today. Sorry, ladies.
Oh, you're good.
Was it that one?
All right, so let's go to 722. I'm assuming this is probably a therapy session.
And you can see up at the top where it says that Aiden has lost his Medicaid coverage. Did you see that? There was a little notice up there.
Well, we're not checking eligibility right now, so
It says it on all of them.
yeah. Once we start doing that and getting those eligibility files uploaded, that part will be taken care of.
So how do I go to the date?
Okay, see the triple line? So go back into that one. See that triple line?
Mhm.
So hit that and find the 722. So it looks like he's got two.
It's an individual and a family, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you guys allowed to do basically 2 services in one day per client?
If the diagnosis is different.
Okay, so I'm not sure at this point which one we're looking at. Let's go back to the first Go Health tab. Or we can look here at the modifier. So if you're back on the,
HSGT.
okay, so let's pull up the one that is the
It's the
HSGT,
family one that's denying.
right?
Sorry, I didn't mean to click it.
So go back to that triple line. That's your archive view. And you're going to open the one that's HSGT.
That's the one that's open right now.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. So go up to the top. No, you've got an 812 service open.
Oh my God.
Okay. So go, yeah, right there on that one.
11/22.
Okay. So the place of service is telehealth. Is that what you guys normally would choose?
If they do telehealth, yes.
Okay. All right. So we'll make a note to look at this one and see why it's pulling that specific place of service on the claim. Can you, Laurie, can you take some screenshots for us?
Yeah, hang on a sec.
HEHSGT. What was the other modifier on that other, when you're looking at the archive view?
I think
Go to the. HEHSGT. I just want to make sure we're. Okay, we are. We're on the right one.
it just doesn't have HS.
Okay, all right. So it's the 722 service, HEHSGT. And the claim ID or claim detail ID. Go back to that first Go Health tab, Emily. Claim ID is 4050.
Got it.
Okay. All right. And also let's take a shot of what it's saying the denial reason is for. Well, so, okay. So what does this normally say on admission type for you guys?
On the admission type, Diane. Like we never put in admission in senior care when we're doing them. It's usually blank. On here, it says emergency is the admission type, and the admission source is physician referral. We don't do that either.
Okay, let's go look at the other one that paid. 'Cause I think that there was on that, if you go back to in here in OHCA, I think there was one on the same date. I'm just curious what that one's going to show.
Mhm.
It says emergency. But this one is not the one with the HS on it.
Because it's got the same diagnosis. Get this.
Well, I'm just curious on these adjudication errors. So let's look at those.
It's the same thing. That's why it won't pay.
4320.
It's the same problem I had with the last one. That's why they won't pay. It's got the same diagnosis. Check that diagnosis. See?
Yeah.
That's what it
So
is.
it's a diagnosis code. If it's a family, an individual on the same day, they cannot have the same diagnosis code.
Okay.
That might be what's throwing it off.
Okay, so I tell you what, let's test that. And on the one that got denied, let's change to whatever the appropriate diagnosis code would be for that service.
Mm.
You just gotta have the code. Not both they have.
It's 4320 is adjustment.
They put it on both of them?
Yeah.
It's
No, no,
the-
no. Keep the
Can one
final
of them
treatment plan
be-
on here.
What's another diagnosis code they could use for a family?
Unspecified, so unspecified.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
he's
they
got
use it
family and
twice,
individual,
'cause
so
he
we've
did a
got to find
family
something for
and
the
an
family.
individual on the same day.
Sometimes if you don't have another one, you just eat it.
Just eat it.
That's just the way it is.
We can ask him. but
Yeah.
Is there not,
If he doesn't have anything else in his diagnosis, though, we can't use him.
but where is? the-
Okay, so you go, you're gonna have to get out of that.
Yeah.
mode. And then.
So-
go-
Emily, how was that done in your previous system? Did, on the note, did the therapist choose which diagnosis code?
Yes, so it was different. Yeah, they chose the diagnosis code from the note.
Okay, all right.
So.
Yeah, we haven't had this situation come up before, so this is definitely going to be a little bit of a development change for us. Go to your update tab. You're looking for a form, no, yeah, one of those actually is the diagnosis update.
Okay, see, he could use this one or this one.
Mhm.
381. So
And
why
then his
can't we?
family one could be the other one.
So we could go and change
Yeah.
that one to the, since he has.
Yeah, so I can do that, yeah.
So Aiden Hendricks. It's the 4050 and then change it to F60.
Okay.
Chelsea's gonna go in a little bit and change that one.
Okay,
I'm betting that's what all of these
All of
are.
those are, yeah. I bet it's the
yeah,
same.
I bet they are too.
Yeah,
So
all
we need
family and
to-
individuals.
So I guess we need to talk-
And until we can get the development in place to accommodate for different diagnosis codes, you guys will need to do this.
Okay,
So is she doing that right now? Because I kind of want to test and just make sure that, this claim goes, basically pays once the
I will do
diagnosis
it right
code.
now.
You'd have to do it from the other side.
From this side,
Oh, it's CA side.
yeah, you go to.
is it edit?
You can go down to edit. Is this the one that paid or denied?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
the family, yeah.
My brain's not working today. And then we should be able to change the code.
So this
Is it
should have
continue?
stuff you can change it
Yeah, hit continue.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, we did this a couple of weeks ago.
Right there.
Mhm.
What
And
was
then
the-
you'll remove or click on number 1.
But we're gonna remove this one.
Right, you're gonna remove that one.
And I'm pretty sure.
And then I think you scroll down.
Doing everything else.
And you'll probably have to click on the number 1 there and get that diagnosis attached
You see where it
to
says
your
search?
claim line.
It won't.
Does she need to go back?
Click on diagnosis code and see if it took it. Okay, all right, well, let's see if we can keep going then. All right, so it paid.
Cool.
Perfect. All right, so I just want to confirm then, it looks like the admission type here that you were seeing, the emergency one, it doesn't look like that's keeping anything from being paid.
That's just how it's coming across.
Yeah,
I think
So-
it's because it's telehealth.
say that again.
I think it's because it's telehealth and that just may be the way it's coming across.
Yeah, we can definitely ask about that. So let's go back into this claim. I do want to see one thing. So let's view this claim again. Try your back button. You may be able to just go right back into it. So hit view there. There we go. So, okay, so it's the admission type 1. Is there a place of service listed anywhere on here?
No,
So if you open, does it allow you to open up number 1? It probably doesn't at this point, since it's paid.
yeah.
And normally you guys would see a place of service on here that says telehealth.
I don't think it ever said telehealth.
Okay. I tell you what, I think what would be helpful at this point is if Diana could do a little bit of research just on some of your claims that had paid previously through your other system, comparing them to what the information is showing now, just to see if there's anything that we need to adjust.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Because, at this point, really for us, we just don't have the knowledge of how the 837 I's claims work. And so we really are going to rely on you guys to kind of give us some feedback on that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Laura, is there anything else you can think of that we need to cover?
Just so your guys are just basically going to go through, change the diagnosis on all these ones that denied and get them to the paid status, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then, Ron, is there anything else that we need to show them? Like,
I
do you
don't think
guys
so.
see the paid claims in GoHealth, what that looks like?
We can look over in claim management. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that right quick, just so you can see.
Okay. So, so just remember, individual claim management is where you'll work your denials. You can choose from that drop down over to the left and change that to claim management. Or let's just look at the 835 details. So there should be some report in here called 835 detail. Maybe at the top. There you go. Okay, so the discrepancy will basically tell you if there was a difference in the paid amount versus the billed amount. So I don't anticipate that with you guys with the type of claims that you have, but let's just hit that to see, if there is anything. Okay, no. All right, so let's hit all under the type.
Under the type.
Yeah. So all is going to give you everything in this warrant, every single claim. So basically all of the ones that are in green are the ones that were paid. And you can scroll down further.
All been paid. And those have it. Those
Okay.
are-
All right, so here we've got some that weren't paid, and you can see why here. Guarantor requested the claim to be billed to Medicare. So these clients all have Medicare. So that's just a quick indicator for you guys of, another way that you can work denials and know exactly what's happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then the red ones that we're seeing are probably the same
Some-
ones that we
Some of
would have been
these on
seeing
here, it
before.
says guarantor requested the claim be billed to Medicare. We know of two of these off the bat
Or
that
children.
one's a child and one has Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah.
They don't have Medicare.
Okay, well, let's go over and take a look in OHCA and see what OHCA is saying their eligibility is for their coverage. Okay, so I don't see anything in there, so I'm not sure why those are coming through that way then.
I think it's because maybe they have Blue Cross Blue Shield.
That could be. Yeah, we may just need to change the wording on that. Instead of it saying Medicare, it may just be picking up that there's third-party coverage out there, and we just have the wording wrong on it. So can we go back? So let's take a screenshot of this, Laurie.
Okay.
And then once Laurie has that, let's go back to that Go Health screen and take a shot of this. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to find on those.
Hang on one second. All right, let me get this one. Yeah, can you go back up to where the yellow section? Yeah, hold on right there.
Okay, so I think what we're going to find on a lot of these is the diagnosis thing. So is Diana still in the room?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So Diana, if you're going through here and you're finding things other than the diagnosis thing that you really can't figure out why the claim is not paying, then definitely jot that information down in an email and send it over to us so that we can take a look at it.
Okay.
Okay. And I think what's going to help some of these, because when Laurie and I were looking at your previous 835 file, we found that some of the clients, it was saying there was no Medicaid coverage. And so getting that eligibility file uploaded tomorrow morning and getting that check eligibility turned on is going to reduce that quite a bit.
Okay.
Because the system will know, because we haven't, you guys haven't been uploading your 835s and checking for eligibility, the system doesn't know whether or not the client has eligibility. And so that it just basically, because that's turned off, the staff have access to all of the service codes, but
So-
that will lock things down according to the client's eligibility status.
So let's talk about that for a minute. So in the morning, we're going to upload the eligibility response file into Go Health. And then we will turn that on. So what does that mean from a staff point of view? Okay, so they're providing a service and they haven't checked to see if the client has Medicaid or not, but they open up a therapy note and they put today's date in there and they're not getting any codes. So you guys need to communicate with them what you want them to do in that instance. Because they're going to have a client in front of them and they're like, hey, I don't see this code. So because Go Health is going to say, hey, we got this eligibility response file and it's saying patient, this patient does not have eligibility for Medicaid. So it's going to lock out the client. It will lock down all their service codes. So here's, a couple things. One, I think you said Chelsea is a person that goes in and verifies that someone has coverage. If they have coverage, it just got so in the time, if the eligibility date range that we requested OHCA to provide us. Let's just say that someone got Medicaid this morning, but we cut off our date, they didn't have it in that response file. So in GoHealth, you can go in, someone can go in and give someone manual eligibility for 24 hours. So do you guys know how to do that?
No.
Okay, so in a client's chart, you can go to Bart Simpson.
Should help if you see his screen.
And then go to, oh, maybe you guys don't have it in here added yet. Click on all the other tabs just to see, because if not, we can go add that in the workflow. Not seeing it. Yeah. Okay, so we need to add that to the intake tab then. So you remember how to do that?
Yeah, so.
Emily knows everything.
Go to tools and reports. I think it's director functions, either director or system. Chart workflow. Yeah. And then we need to find the form she's talking about and add it to. a
What is it
different-
called?
Manual eligibility. And basically what it will do is it will override the client from being locked out of the service codes. Yes, add that.
I think it's good once you check it, right? Yeah.
And then I can just go back home,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, because once it turns that blue color, it means it's gonna add it. Yep.
Okay, so click on that. And then you would select, you'd say Medicaid, whatever else you're going to give them eligibility. And then just type in your PIN number. And hit enter.
It should be the form.
Make sure it's whoever's logged in here.
Oh, goodness. God.
She said, oh my gosh.
I didn't know I had one.
Yes.
Let's go make sure you're set up with one.
Yeah, she may not have one.
I don't know that I did that. I didn't know I had to.
To your, go to tools and reports. We'll come back. This is good. This is good for you guys to know how to do this. Just my tools probably.
Okay.
Pin setup.
That's something. Something you'll remember.
Why is my zero not working? That is screwing up my day.
Okay, so now go back to Bart.
My God. Okay.
Remember, hey, I want to show you something. Remember that the little V over here to the right? Remember, that'll pull up your last 10 clients. It's a fast way to do it. Okay. All right. And then do Medicaid, put your PIN in. And hit
Got a
enter.
pin now.
Now you guys see down below, right there. See now Bart has eligibility added. Okay.
For 24 hours and then it goes back to what it was before, right?
And then the next time Chelsea runs the eligibility file and sends it up, this person should get picked up.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. I haven't learned how to make a pin.
Okay, Diane had a question.
Diane has a question now.
Sure.
If we want to go in and edit or add additional codes and modifiers, are we able to?
Yeah.
Okay, can you kind of
Show us.
real quick?
So what are you wanting to add?
We needed the 90832 and 834. What was the other one? And we need the modifier HR without patient added to the private insurance. There was another code. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Oh, I thought you were.
You're all right. I got it right here.
So do you know that, Rhonda, do you want to show them how to do that?
Yeah, one sec. Let's go ahead and navigate over to tools under service code management.
So tools,
Service codes management.
You just type in service code in your search. Yeah. Bottom right. There you go. So do you know what forms that you're wanting to add this, this particular code to? What,
With Diane, she's coming back in here. She went to go find her little note that she had, because she knows.
okay.
837.
Okay,
HR.
what forms are you going to add this to?
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
In just all forms?
Yes.
So I think she's
progress
saying
note.
like the notes and all of that.
Yeah, so they have to, it'll be in their note selection when they want to type, what type of.
Okay.
Because remember she did the 50-minute,
Yeah.
and she only did a 30 minutes, so we have to have those available for them to select them instead of that one that specifically says family, because it's not gonna, she didn't do a 50 minutes, she did a 30, so that
Right.
you need these codes added that have time attached.
did you catch that?
Say that again.
So she's needing these codes that have the time attached to it because we just had a therapist who came up and told us that the only option it's giving her is a family 50 minutes and she only did 30 minutes with them. So we, she's just not wanting to do anything,
Illegal?
illegal. Yeah.
Fraudulent?
So we're just trying to make sure that we have those times because I think it's like what, 30, 45,
In
50
an hour
in an hour. Yeah.
without patient. With the
And is that
HR.
on which note that they're working on?
It was a progress note. Do you know who it was for?
It was a family, Kevin something.
Kevin Kelly.
So let's go ahead and look up the code right here. So if you'll hit the check mark right here on this screen. All right, so in the service code filter right there under the column where it says service code, if you'll put in the specific service code that we need to look at.
What was the code again?
90832.
And does it have modifiers?
HR.
HR.
Okay, so let's put in the colon HR. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, so is that a colon or a semicolon that
I
you've
think
got
that's-
there?
Where's the code? I'm not with it today. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
No, you're good, you're good.
Just don't have.
Okay, so it may not be in the system then. So let's take off the colon HR. I just want to look at all the 90832s that are in there currently. Okay, and scroll down through there for me. Keep scrolling. So it looks like we only have the GTs. Okay, all right, so we have a video that covers the service code management. So before we get on a call with Diana, because really this is a little involved, before we do that, let's have Diana view this video. And it's probably, what would you say, 30 to 45 minutes, Laurie?
I think so.
Somewhere around there. It's gonna help her before we get on a call with her to kind of, get familiar with that module, because this is where she's gonna have, full capability to add new service codes, attach service codes to forms, and guarantors and those kind of things. So that really needs to be a separate training with Diana. So we'll go ahead and get that video sent over to you guys and have her watch it. And when she's done that, then, we can even set a time now if you want, or she can contact us and set up a time for that training.
Okay, so Diana, if I send that to you today, do you think that you could watch it today? And then maybe tomorrow after we do the eligibility stuff, we can just go right into that?
Yeah, she's gonna be out for the rest of the week,
Oh, okay.
so maybe.
Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and just send us the information over about the code that you need and the note that it needs to be attached to, and we'll go ahead and add it. And that way you guys will have it in your system.
And then, but then we'll still set up a time to show you moving forward how to do it. Okay, will that work?
Yeah.
Okay, just
Okay.
send us, like Rhonda said, send us the codes, what notes they need to be on. It sounds like. And then anything else that needs to be attached to. But you can see on this view, like you can see over there to the right, it tells you what note or what code, what note those codes are attached to. This is kind of like a big picture of like how it's set up in the system and what roles can bill it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we will talk to you guys in the morning at 10. And we're going to do the eligibility and then any other questions that you guys might have as you're looking at this stuff today. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good. Talk to you in the morning.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.